Hey guys, Stu Green, welcome back to S2TV. As promised, I'm going to be doing a weekly update, keeping a little diary of my experience. If you guys saw the last video, we titled Strong and Ripped. I've kind of come out of retirement. I have decided I'd really like to start competing in powerlifting again. I have set a target. My first meet will be in 10 weeks. So that'll be my first meet in 27 years. Wow. So this has been this is the end of the first week of training. I have done about 3 to 4 weeks of prep, some very heavy hypertrophy training, a 3-on, 1-off, where I was doing a chest, shoulder, tricep day, leg day, back and bicep, and taking a day off and then hitting those muscle groups again, starting to spend more and more time on the bench press, squat, and deadlift. I've now switched my program design. There's a lot of different program designs out there, guys, and I probably will switch mine up a couple of times going through this 10-week process. What I'm doing right now is I'm starting to center everything I do on the main lifts, the bench press, the squat, and deadlift. So I've gotten rid of all residual accessory exercises except the ones that I really need to keep those lifts strong, and also corrective exercise movements. So basically what I'm doing now is a 2-on, 1-off. I'm doing a bench day for speed, or what's called the contrast method, where I'm using bands and chains. I'm using about 50% of my max capacity, or my 1RM, my max 1RM, and I'm working on speed and velocity, basically trying to move the bar as fast as possible with perfect technique. Now the following day would be a leg day where I am alternating the squat and deadlift. One day I will do a speed squat and basically superset with my maximum effort deadlift day. So the speed squat, once again, would be with bands or chains, trying to go for maximum velocity as fast as possible, and then I follow with maximum exertion deadlifts. 72 hours go by. Hopefully we hit supercompensation again, and I'll do a whole video on supercompensation. So we hit that peak point again. I follow it with a maximum exertion bench press, and then the following day I'm going to do speed deadlift, maximum exertion squat, and this process happens every 72 hours. 2-on, 1-off, 2-on, 1-off, with the only difference being I'm hitting maximum exertion on my legs via the squat and deadlift every 72 hours. The bench press, I'm hitting it every 72 hours, but I rotate between a speed or contrast method day and then a maximum exertion day, because those muscle groups are smaller and need more time to recover. So recovery, I'm still adding in a little bit of, I've noticed, especially this morning, I did a deadlift workout yesterday. I was super tired, super sore this morning. If you can't tell by my face, I can't get enough sleep. It's obvious, the energy system difference. It seems as though my workload is not as intense as the HIIT intervals that I've been concentrating on. But, you get done and the next morning you feel like you've been hit by a train. Really tired. I'm sleeping a lot. I'm really hungry. But at the same time, as you know, I'm having to really dial in my food right now. So I'm sitting on about 300 grams of carbohydrate every day, about 170 grams of protein, and then about 70 grams of fat. On Saturday, I'm doing a refeed day, and I'm going to be hitting probably around 500 grams carbohydrate on those days. I noticed that after my refeed day on Monday, I did a weigh-in, and I was up to about 172, and did a weigh-in yesterday, and I was back down to 170. I'm weighing again tomorrow, which is Friday, and I think I should be right below 170, probably about 169. So everything's on track as far as the nutrition goes, and the scale is moving down. As you guys know, I'm trying to lose about 7 to 8 pounds of body fat, hold on to as much muscle tissue, show up at the meet as lean as possible, but completely having not lost any muscle tissue, so I don't have to overcome the fact that I've lost, I might have lost 10 pounds, but maybe most of that came from muscle tissue. So really concentrating a lot on technique, a lot on flexibility. Every chance I get, I'm stretching. I want to make sure that I don't take the chance of moving towards an injury as I increase the intensity through the weeks. As I said, moving into that 2-on-1 off, I'm hitting a lot more maximum effort days. So recovery is going to be primary. I've added in, I'm not doing creatine anymore because I don't want to retain that amount of water in my muscle mass. I am doing branched chains. I put glutamine in with my branched chains while I'm working out for a quicker recovery. I'm doing some other supplements for joint health, multivitamin, things like that. The basics that I can get away with without encouraging more and more hypertrophy or muscle retention is just not going to be beneficial. Energy level, like I said, I've been taking a nap every day and sleeping in about 7-8 hours at night, and I could probably add another 3 hours. It's really profound, the energy difference, the shift of how I feel moving from the HIIT intervals where I was training 80 to 100% max heart rate. On days like my bench, I noticed the other day I didn't get my heart rate over 105. But on deadlift, squat days, we're definitely pushing 95% max heart rate. Body is feeling pretty good right now. Joints are feeling pretty good right now. I'm very serious about maintaining a high state of flexibility, staying with corrective exercise. I'm filming myself quite a bit while lifting, so I'm looking for little cues, movements that are changing along the way that may mean I'm tight in certain areas or I'm compensating in certain areas where an injury would hide itself. So things are going really well so far. I don't think there's anything else that I could add that you'd be interested in. But like I say, every week we'll do a little update, and we're about 10 weeks out, so stay tuned.